So tell me about the broadband build-out that Fios is doing in New York City and what your job is.
The broadband build-out of Fios here in New York City is my primary responsibility. My job, along with my team, is to expand the Fios network from one end of New York City to the other. New York City is home to 8.25 million residents who live in about 3.15 million residential units, and our job over the next few years is to build out the network to reach every single one of those residents throughout New York City with the Fios network.
So the new administration has a cabinet-level CTO that's going to be overseeing the broadband build-out of the entire country. How will this impact Fios, and will you be working with them at all, or how will that work?
Well, we're certainly interested in anything that's going to continue to spur development in broadband. I think the best answer to that for Verizon and for the country is Verizon already has a major broadband plan that we've been executing on. It's a robust plan. It's what we believe to be a future-proof plan for technology.
And it's future-proof because of the extremely high-speed connection. What kind of connection speeds does Fios offer?
Well, right now the highest downstream speed we offer through Fios is 50 megabits, and we'll expect to see higher speeds than that into the future. The future-proofing of our network comes from the end-to-end fiber optic deployment, where the medium that we lay out will enable us to expand with capacity and usage into the future, and will not have us replacing the network in any near or short term.
Can you tell me a little bit about Fios technology? I know that the fiber optic cable, you can bend it, it's superior from regular cable in a lot of ways. Can you describe that to me a little bit? Well,
the Fios, the fiber to the premise network, which is the network that Verizon runs its Fios suite of services over, is again an end-to-end fiber optic network from Verizon switching centers to customer locations. Bend-insensitive fiber is something that we've recently made use of in the last few feet within apartment buildings, where we have to deal with a lot of nooks and crannies as we turn this network into individual users' apartments over the last few feet. And it helps us move faster, more cost efficiently, because we have to not worry so much about signal loss and light loss during those last few feet, because we now have a technology that is not so sensitive to quick turns, as it's called, bend-insensitive fiber.
Okay, cool. So I know that the Fios availability just started in New York City pretty recently. How far along are you in the plan in terms of wiring up different apartment buildings, and what's going to happen in the future for New York?
Well, we launched Fios TV in July of 2008, so we're in our first year of our local franchise agreement with the City of New York, and we'll be expanding, as I said, to over 3 million residential units in the City of New York over the next 5 or 6 years.
Really high-speed internet in the U.S. hasn't really taken off the same way that it has in some other countries, and a lot of consumers are wondering, why do I need 50 megabits per second? I mean, what do you tell consumers? Like, what do you think the future holds to have that kind of connectivity?
Well, we are seeing the demand for high-speed and Fios-like speeds begin to grow as we expand the network. And as we talked about the network itself and the suite of services being future-proof, as we're building the capacity and provided the offerings for future developments to grow into. So for uses that are available today for both our video product and our data product, as we evolve our video product to be even more interactive and having the need for more bandwidth to offer that interactivity, and for services like symmetrical service, to have 20 megabits downstream, 20 megabits upstream, and to build a network that's robust enough to offer that capacity and have that capacity channeled to each and every individual user, and not be on a hybrid type network where, as more and more users come on, the overall committed bandwidth begins to drop.